Penguin Audio presents The Appetites of Girls by Pamela Moses. Read for you by Heather Corrigan, Suzy Jackson, Tavia Gilbert, and Sandy Rustin. For Old Time's Sake. 2003. This, above all else, binds the four of us together. Standing side by side, each struggled to believe the best in herself, hearing amid the dark doubts in her mind the whisper of triumph. Long before we grew in strength, we began life in separate corners. In my first moments, I made only small whimpers, my family tells me. Then my face turned red as beet soup, my fists tight as knots, and I cried with a roar that seemed beyond my tiny lungs. Opal was born into the arms of midwives in a country house outside of Paris. Her mother reclined on feather pillows and sipped lemon water until it was time. Francesca claims she bellowed her first day morning through night until the nurses relented, freeing her from her swaddling blanket. And Setsu's life opened just as her mother's closed, her cries lasting longest of all. Far we have come since those beginnings, and long the journeys to victory over doubt. But always in us were stirrings of possibilities, and we would find the will to hold fast to these hopes. In the 11 years since graduation, Francesca and I have phoned each other regularly, as we have with Setsu and with Opal, a pledge we made long ago and kept. But in the spinning hum of our grown-up lives, our visits became sporadic, and not since our final college year have all four of us been together in one place. This past spring, though, just days after Francesca had come into Manhattan, meeting me for lunch and a stroll through the American wing of the Met, she called, insisting the baby I was carrying deserved a celebration. Besides, what better excuse could the four of us have to reunite? For old time's sake, she said. Wouldn't it be fun? Oh, no, Fran, you don't need to. Thank you, really. I had fumbled for the appropriate words to decline her unexpected offer. In part because it is not in the Jewish tradition, a baby shower had never crossed my mind. Basha'a tova. In good time, my aunts and sisters and mother had said when they learned that I was expecting. One's hopes should not rise too high before the hour comes. Congratulations may bring bad luck, they worried. My grandmothers and great-grandmothers would not have so much as knitted a booty before a baby's arrival. Why tempt bad spirits? Nana Leah had cautioned with an old wives' superstition. But shouldn't I have known, Fran would persist. Ruth, you are bringing a daughter into the world. How can you refuse her some festivity? There was a time she could talk me into many things because I lacked the courage to trust my own mind. Now, though, with the sudden possibility of reuniting with my suitemates, I realized I missed not just each of them separately, but all of us together as a group. Our weaknesses differed, but our journeys to overcome them were shared. We learned from one another's struggles and learned, too, we were not alone in struggling. In our day-to-day living together and the friendships formed in those years, we gained strength to fight for our deepest yearnings. And now, as I take this new step toward motherhood, it seems fitting that we four come together again. So here we sit at this table beneath the tulip tree, Francesca, Setsu, Opal, and I. Our spoons dip into shallow dishes of chilled soup as the tree's high branches cast soft, swaying shadows across our faces and arms and the plates of luncheon food before us. Years ago, we could not have dreamed we would ever be this picture of contentment. But no storms rage forever, not even those that whirl within us. Yes, each of us was stronger than she knew. Even I. Fran has thought through every detail. Her garden table is set with linen placemats and napkins. At its center, a crystal vase thick.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?